I recently posted a video that was called The 7 Levels of Minimalism, and the response to that video was so good that I decided to create a similar one but focused on frugal living and saving money. What your life, your mindset, and especially your spending habits look like at each stage. Whether you are just starting to save a little extra or you are already a middle-class millionaire, understanding where you fall on these levels can help you identify what are some next steps that you could take if you want more control over your personal finances. These levels are not financial advice, they are just something fun I came up with, so don't take them too seriously. If you want to spend your last $4,000 to buy that new Gucci bag because we only live once and you know that it will be worth it, then go for it. Let's dive in. Level 1, the financially reckless. Money is something that for these type of people feel really abstract. They don't understand the consequences of buying a lot of things and not paying for them or not paying for your bills. They may live in this denial and avoidance. They don't understand even the basics of budgeting. Money is for them something that is just a tool to get something emotional, like a good feeling, an instant gratification, for example. Shopping is for them a form of escapism. They have probably multiple credit cards already maxed out. They are in pretty bad debt and they are taking out loans they know they cannot even pay back. The home of somebody who is on this level 1 probably is filled with stuff and unused, useless stuff. Clothes that are new, that still have the tags on them, but are never worn. Basically, this type of person buys things just to forget about them. They might present this facade to other people that they are rich, they have a lot of money, they go out to eat a lot, they buy expensive things, but all that is on borrowed money. Then when nobody sees, they are asking their friends or family more money because they cannot even pay the normal, regular, everyday bills. I'm not a psychologist, but how I would imagine this first level to be and the situation that got this type of person there is not just about wanting to buy stuff. There are a lot of emotional insecurities and probably troubles behind there that then leads to this shopping addiction, for example. I think if this type of person wants to improve their situation, they really need to first address the root causes, the root issues behind all this, and then they can move forward. Level 2, the impulsive spender. If on the level 1 there wasn't any recognition of the issues, here there's a little bit of understanding that there may be some financial problems or spending problems, but they still cannot resist these impulse purchases. They get super easily distracted by sales and all these campaigns, and Black Friday is the worst day of the year because they just cannot control their spending habits and they just spend it all, even on things that they don't even need, but just because there's a good sale, they buy all bunch of stuff. Somebody on this level probably always finds a way to justify the purchases, that I've been working so hard, I had a hard day, I feel a little bit stressed, or I will make up for it later. So even though they occasionally plan purchases, they do a lot of these emotional or emotion-driven shopping trips just because they are bored or they feel a little bit discomfort from work, for example. They might really feel the pressure to keep up with their social circle, and that's why they are buying, for example, gifts to other people that they cannot really even afford. They may have a high salary and manageable living costs, but they still end up living paycheck to paycheck. Even though they justify all these purchases, emotionally they may feel a little bit of guilt or this sense of shame because they know that they could do so much better, but they are just not really putting the effort to do it. Level 3, the occasional splurger. I feel like most of the people in our society are maybe on this exact level. Somebody on this level starts to be more aware of their finances and maybe even set some goals, but they still struggle with staying consistent with those. They make efforts to track their spending, save around 10% of their income, but still when it comes the end of the month, somehow the money has just vanished somewhere. They have good intentions, but then they blow up their budget to really things that they don't need, like buying a new phone even though the old one works just fine. Spending money on a vacation and then just add too many things on top of that purchase and then it ends up being very expensive, or constantly going out to eat instead of cooking at home. So these are all kind of usual things that they buy, at least in our society, but they are not necessarily needed, and that's why they cannot meet their goals. There's this push-pull between wanting to be frugal and then spending it all. Starting a month with good intentions, but then spending most of it. They feel proud of some financial wins, but then face frequent setbacks. Their home may reflect this inconsistency, that even though it's organized and it looks nice, there are so many things that they don't really use, like clothes or kitchen gadgets or electronics, but still they may end up just buying more. Level 4, the mindful saver. This is the level where I believe to be for the most part, even though I have some aspects that are still in the levels 5 and then level 6. The people on this level are embracing and living this frugal lifestyle, but they are still in this learning mode. They carefully plan each purchase, they're always looking for ways to save or maximize value. They seek out new strategies to reduce expenses. Often they research, for example, new deals, coupons, or money-saving hacks. Their frugal mindset is intentional, and they are aiming to save maybe more than that 10% if it's possible. It's very difficult to say what is a good number, like for each level, how much they are aiming to save, because that is so personal. Some people just have more expenses than other people, but somebody on this level is starting to cut out those like unnecessary things and focus on saving more than buying and getting new things. A person on this level probably delays non-urgent purchases to wait for good deals, and they may invest time to learn some DIY skills and not immediately pay a lot of money for some companies, some repair services. They try to do those things themselves first. Instead of buying new books, they may go to library, they may buy second-hand clothes instead of spending a lot of money on new clothing, and they really aim to live below their means. They have hobbies and still attend social events, but they opt for these low-cost options or maybe even free options. In general, they feel secure and good, that they have a little bit of extra maybe saved, and that they are in control of their finances. By the way, I created this expense tracking sheet that can really help you keep track of where your money is going each month. If you don't already have one, just click the link in the description and I will send it to you for free. Level 5, the frugal minimalist. Smart financial choices are now a second nature. After years of learning and doing, somebody on this level has already reached this automatic or effortless level of frugality where saving comes pretty naturally. You already know what is important to you, what is bringing you value, what you actually should buy and what you shouldn't buy. They no longer have to think twice or 3 times what are they spending their money on. They're focusing on long-term and sustainable savings. They know how to live well below their means while still enjoying life to the fullest. They don't anymore feel this constant need to acquire or update. They are very satisfied with what they already have. There's no stress or anxiety about money. They feel really at peace with their finances, even feeling that they have mastered the financial area of life. But still, they don't feel that they need to show this to anyone. Some on this level may have even reached already financial freedom or financial independence, but they don't need the feel to advertise it. They quietly enjoy this wealth and freedom that they have and may even look like just normal, everyday, ordinary people. They are really driven by personal fulfillment and not any external validation. They have really good people around them that are not there because they have money or because they are doing well or because they are financially disciplined. They are there because of them, how they are as people. Level 6, the overly frugal. As the name suggests, we are now getting to the other side, where frugality is not anymore the healthiest, at least mentally. People on this level may be hesitant to spend money, even when it's reasonable. While they may not be in financial distress, the need to save money controls many aspects of their life, and they are really reluctant to enjoy the money that they have. Every purchase is questioned. They are really hesitant to invest any money in themselves, in other people, or things that are quite necessary and needed, like fixing some furniture if something breaks, buying new clothes if you don't have any more clothes that are in a good condition. There's this sense of deprivation, but they justify all that because of some long-term saving strategy. They often decline when somebody asks them to go out or join some event or have some experience just because it's something that you need to pay for. And this means that relationships and overall like friendships, people start to maybe feel neglected and frustrated because of this extreme frugality. They rarely eat out even with family, but if they do, the bill needs to be split perfectly even, or then they count with a calculator what is the exact amount that they need to pay so that they're not overpaying even a penny or a cent. And then there's level 7, the extreme penny pincher. These people have a lot of savings, like they could be even millionaires or billionaires, but they still don't want to pay for anything and buy anything, even if it would significantly improve their life quality, because their whole life is about saving. That is their life mission. It has really become an obsession for them, and this extreme cheapness is starting to affect their life negatively. They avoid spending at all costs, even if it means that they are missing out on the finer things in life. These are the people who wake up at 3 a.m. and go in a line outside of some store just to get one freebie like multiple hours after, or they may drive miles and miles just to get cheaper gas from somewhere, even though that's a pretty stupid decision financially, but still. They may buy always the absolute cheapest option, even if there are some quality concerns or consequences when it comes to that choice. And of course their home is full of stuff, because you never know what you will need. There are some decades old, even broken stuff, because maybe you will need that little part from there one day. They may feel proud of their financial discipline, but that affects so many other life areas. For example, the relationships. They may feel very isolated because they have hard time to connect with anybody else. Nobody is like them. They have distanced themselves from others because they are so reluctant to spend any money on anything. A little bit of a sad ending, I know, but what do you think? Which level are you at right now? Let me know in the comment section below, and also share what is your goal when it comes to this frugal living or saving money. I would really like to know. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to stay kind and meaningful in your own beautiful journey. See you in the next one. Ciao.